Deborah, I'm pretty sure Stockland owns some pretty big shopping centres, and I can think of at least one in Thuringowa, sort of Townsville,
Yes.
on the Ross River Road, I think, that I tried to influence a few years ago. There seems to be a trend in the US to kind of retrofit shopping centres to kind of incorporate streets and to open up drains and get rivers, streams and that kind of thing. And I'm conscious in the States, there's a lot of dead or dying shopping centres, so there's probably a different kind of economic kind of factor playing here. But is that an opportunity that Stockland's considering at all?
We do look at what's happening internationally in terms of shopping centres, and you're absolutely right. There are a lot of dead shopping malls in the US. In fact, there's a website, which is an excellent website, called www.deadmalls.com, which looks at the history of shopping malls in the US and explains why some of them have died after about 20 or 30 years of prosperity. Partly that's due to their planning system, or the lack of. We have a relatively strong centres policy, we have in the past, which aims to zone land to maximise the efficient use of existing infrastructure. That isn't necessarily the case in the US. So there's no impediment to them developing a new shopping centre somewhere else in the outskirts of town, maybe car dependent, but what it does is in moving a lot of the retail trade out of existing town centres, the other ones die and create problems for those underutilised sites, and they have a whole lot of issues associated with them. And that website's certainly worth having a look at. We do look at the American trends. Our team travel internationally from time to time to go and see what the latest experiences are. And yes, the same trend is occurring here. As we upgrade some of our shopping centres, we are working on a project in New South Wales called Shell Harbour. We aren't necessarily cutting through the middle of a mall to create a public street, but we are looking to make them more open and airy, and to have spaces where you can sit outside to have a cup of coffee or a meal, rather than all being an internalised mall. So the trends are the same in terms of design, and the trend is certainly the same of trying to integrate the shopping experience with other activities, other community activities, be they libraries or community halls and community centres. We have some projects in Western Australia where there's shopping activities. They still haven't been built out. It'll be another 10 or 15 years before the buildings around them are finally developed, but they are integrated into town centres as opposed to being standalone shopping malls. Even Shell Harbour, whilst it's a shopping centre, will be better linked to the other community facilities as they develop in the future.